My Mother at 66. It's a poem by Kamala Das. Here, the main theme is aging and the fear of separation. You see that she sees her mother aging and she's afraid that she will meet death. She will lose her mother, that is fear of separation. So, here we have two themes, that is aging and fear of separation. The key points, if you can understand, here it is the fear of loss and mother's aging. So you can say that there is contrast between life and death. The concept is mortality and emotional attachment, right? Mortality means the person who comes in this world has to go one day. That is, the person is uh, death is permanent. Then emotional attachment. If she is becoming emotional on seeing her mother aging symptoms on her face. The five main points could be like this. The poet discusses her aging mother's frailty, that is weakness, that she can see on her mother's face as she sits near her and she's trying to drop her to the airport. So at that time she sees her mother's frailty, that is weakness, and her own fear of losing her. As she drives her to the airport, she is struck by mother's pallor and weak appearances. So that comes to her mind that she is aging. To distract herself, she looks at the young, vibrant world outside. So this is what is a defense mechanism, or she's trying to digress or divert herself. At the airport, she hides her sadness and bids her mother farewell with a forced smile. She says, "Mother, see you," but actually, she is herself not sure whether she'll able to see her or not. The poem captures themes of love, separation, and the inevitability of aging. That is, inevitable. Aging is final and death is final. Think by Pablo Neruda. In this poem, the theme is peace and introspection. Two parts. If we are pretty with ourselves, we can introspect. We should introspect in life what we are doing. The importance of silence and self-reflection. That is, if you are silent, you can reflect yourself. You can see the inner part of yourself. Concept is minimalization, that is universal brotherhood. So the main five major points are: the poet urges humanity to pause and reflect through silence and inactivity. He calls for unity, peace, and a break from destructive human activities, that we should not do any activity which is destructive to humankind. The poem suggests that stillness can help people understand each other. So, if there is stillness, there is a plus point or advantages of stillness, that if we are silent, we can understand each other. It emphasizes the importance of introspection and environmental conservation. That is uh, how by introspection we understand that we are destroying the environment day to day. In our day to day life, we are not able to conserve the environment for our progeny, future generation. The poet clarifies that he does not promote protect inactivity, but rather thoughtful, meaningful action. So here, silence doesn't mean inactivity, but it means introspection, or thoughtful, meaningful action on the other way. Thing of Beauty by John Keats. This is a poem by John Keats. The theme is beauty as a source of joy. Nature and art provides eternal happiness. So it can create a happiness which will be eternal. Concept is romanticism and immortality of beauty, how beauty is immortal. The five main points that we can derive from this poem are: the poem emphasizes the everlasting joy and inspiration that beauty provides. So beauty will give you joy and inspiration in life. Nature, art, and noble deeds are source of eternal beauty. That is, even noble deeds can be a source of eternal beauty, beauty which is eternal, that is everlasting beauty. Beauty helps humans overcome struggles and sorrows. So, if you have struggles and sorrows in life, and if you see any beautiful things, then you forget your sorrow and struggle in your life. So, it helps you overcome struggles and sorrows. The poet discussed beautiful elements such as the sun, trees, and clear streams, the rivulet. Here in this poem, we come to know that nature, that is sun, trees, and rivers or rivulets, can also be a source of beauty. The poem conveys a romantic vision of beauty as a source of hope and happiness. That is, if you see any beautiful things, then you have a hope in life. You have a hope that your life will be happy. A roadside stand by Robert Frost. Here, the theme of the poem is rural versus urban life. There is a comparison between rural and urban life. The struggles of rural people to earn a livelihood, how they are struggling to earn their daily bread. The concept is economic divide, the difference between the gap between haves and have-nots, and there is a hope for betterment. The five main points that we can derive from this poem is: the poem highlights the struggles of poor rural people trying to sell goods by the roadside, and how the poor people of the villages, they are trying to sell goods. They put a roadside stand there, and the rich is passing by without stopping, showing indifference to their plight, to their condition. The poet criticizes the false promises made to the poor by economic upliftment. So they are given promises by the government and the haves to these have-nots that this is happening, the restriction of their encroachment or the stalls for economic upliftment, but actually it is a false promise which is never realized. The poem contrasts rural hardship with urban prosperity. So in city life we see prosperity, but in the villages there is total hardship. It conveys a strong sense of sympathy for the poor and the need for social justice. So social justice is required to bridge this gap between haves and have-nots, or the rich and the poor. That is the main thing, gist of this poem. One Jennifer's Tiger by Adrian Rich. The theme of this poem is feminism and patriarchy. Feminism is the the wing that fights for feminists or females in general, and patriarchy is where we have two sort of systems in the country. Yes, matriarchal and patriarchal, where the mothers have a say in the family, that is called matriarchal, and where the fathers have a say is patriarchal. So the society is a male-dominated society. That is the main theme of the poem. And feminism, the fighting or the justice to be done to the rights of a female. That is, those who fight for the rights of the female. That is called feminism. So that is the two theme of this poem. Aunt Jennifer is oppressed in marriage. Her tiger symbolizes courage and freedom. So oppression in marriage, how marriage as an institution brings sometimes oppression to the females in general. The concepts is gender roles and struggle for identity, how the lady Jennifer Hunt is struggling for her identity. So main theme of this poem could be further divided into five major points. The poem describes Aunt Jennifer's embroidered tigers, and which symbolize strength and freedom. So this tiger that are embroidered, they stand for strength and freedom. How the tigers are powerful. Tigers stand for the male or dominated society or masculine gender. That is how the males are more courageous and they show strength in the family as well as in the society over ladies or females. In contrast, Aunt Jennifer is trapped in a patriarchal oppressive marriage. So after marriage, she suffers under the struggles of marriage life, and she is trapped in that patriarchal system where the males have a say in the family. The tigers represent her unfulfilled desires for independence and courage. She wants to be independent in her married life, and she wants to be courageous like a tiger. So here, tiger represents her unfulfilled desire. Even in death, Aunt Jennifer remains burdened by her past struggles. That is what it is mentioned in the poem of the wedding ring. The poem critiques the gender inequality that is in the society and celebrates the power of art as an escape. That is how she resorts to writing poem.